Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, you're watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's time for WWE Evolve Event Center, where wrestling action involves the WWE ID prospects, the PC prospects, and indie wrestlers from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, and here's the man to bring you the wrestling report and action from the WWE Evolve Event Center, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977 episode number 2197. We are about, 3 episodes away from 2,200 episodes. And just a little friendly reminder, the video I just put up, any video without my thumbnails with my Eric Lima Shenanigans doc icons that I have up there is not part of the show. And the last video I did that is not part of the show. It's about being real and all that. Yeah, something in my ear. Sorry about that. And it, like I said, it doesn't is not an entertaining video. It's being a real video. So check it out if you want to. You know, I do appreciate people's supports, and just basically what I'm trying to, like I said, sometimes some comments do bother me, but I figured I would try to address them properly and how I'm gonna deal with them going forward. So just let you know. So, and that video will be up for only a week. So next Wednesday, it will not be taken down, but it will be privatized. So, I always try to keep my videos private, and videos like that private, or else, people will get on my case, but that's okay. But, so I figured, I need to have something to say and need to have a say, so that's what I did. So like I said, it'll be kept up for a week, and then after you guys a chance to watch it, and then after next Wednesday, it will be privatized. So I figured, get that out of the way. All right. So guys are good. Also, we want to kick out WWE Evolve Event Center. As you know, this will be like the first Evolve after Stand and Deliver. So this is the Stand and Deliver Fallout Part 2, so to speak. Even though none of the Evolve talent was involved in Stand Deliver, nonetheless, it's like part of NXT. That's what Stevie Turner is. Part of NXT, running things as, but she's running things as the Evolve Prime Minister / General Manager. So to speak. So here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about Evolve, because Evolve's got a lot of future stars. Remember, there are title plans in the making. Stevie Turner kicked it off. He said she has some special announcements to make throughout the show, and she was interrupted by Bryce Donovan, Jackson Drake, Zeta Steele, and Swipe Right, who are collectively known as the Vanity Project, and they interrupt Stevie Turner, and they were running their mouths, berating her and all that. And so Stevie Turner goes, you know something? Jackson Drake's is in your gear. You're going to have your first matchup against Super Sean Legacy. And the two of them fought. But Swipe Right tried to get themselves involved. Involved in the matchup. But the referees caught them, but they decided, this is for you. You, pointing at all 4 members of the Vanity Project to be ejected from ringside. So they go from ringside. So they were kicked out of ringside, and Super Sean Legacy ended up winning the matchup. Then Kylie Ray addresses Wendy Chu and decided to challenge her one-on-one to a match. I don't know if that was wise or not there, Kylie Ray, but it looks like she was determined to not be afraid of Wendy Chu. Then they had the face-up between Harlem Lewis and, I spelled Harlem wrong, and Keanu Carver, to the point where those two, as you know, might go one-on-one pretty soon. But Stevie Turner interrupts him and says, I'm going to put you together in a matchup. And they said, that's no problem. But say in a tag team matchup, though, against Swipe Right. Oh, boy. Swipe Right knows how to be obnoxious, but you put Harlan Lewis and Keanu Carver as a tag team for just one night only against Swipe Right. Their Swipe Right boys will be not just when they're not going to be swipe right. They're not going to be swipe left. They're going to be side swiped. And I believe the two gentlemen will make like a transformer and side swipe them. Yeah, side swipe was a transformer and all that. Okay. Anyways, ladies action. Ariad Bennett went up against Zara Zacher, and Zacher ended up winning the matchup while Chewy Martinez interviews Zacher after the matchup, but the lights went out. And then the lights came back on. A teddy bear appeared, and then Zara Zacher checked it out, and he's read the paper. Kylie, I accept. And so, they mean that next week, Wendy Choo's accepted a match against Kylie Ray, 1-on-1, or with a teddy bear. Strange as that is, it's like, we saw some creepy people there. That's for sure. Swipe Right and Zeta Steel returned to the VIP lounge, and they claimed that since they have lawyers, their parents got lawyers. They said that even though we're kicked out at ringside, they said the VIP lounge. You don't have to tell us that because you were just kicked out of a matchup at ringside. You were kicked out of ringside during a match. You're not part in. That was it. That was just that. You were ejected from ringside during a match. It was just a match. You guys are just chilling at the VIP lounge. How stupid can you guys are? You don't need lawyers to You don't need lawyers. Swipe Right's so stupid. Mind readers charge them half price. Like that whole Vanity Project is stupid. But then they had a matchup: Carly Bright versus Calix, and Kendall Gray was coaching her at ringside, and then Carly Bright ended up picking up the victory over the mysterious Calix. We don't know. Nothing is much known about her, but rumor has it she's also a current WWE referee. Who could that be? This will be interesting. And my kind of guess would be Miss Jessica Carr. Imagine if Jessica Carr, they should put an angle where she has a different personality. And she decides refereeing the wrong way. Poor girl. They should give her, that's what he should do. Almost like Dangerous Danny Davis. But this version of Calix could be like if Dangerous Danny Davis had Kane's DNA or something. I don't know. And it's a female on top of that. Strange things have happened. Well, but Kylie Bright ended up picking up the upset victory over Calix. Meanwhile, Chewy Martinez is confronting the Vanity Project at the VIP lounge, and then the first person that went out to the VIP lounge before the Vanity Project was Draco Knox, and then Timothy Thatcher went 1-on-1 with Bryce Donovan, and Bryce Donovan was about to lose, and then Swipe Bright gets involved during the matchup, and they were distracting the referee. And Jackson Drake took advantage of the situation. Timothy Thatcher and Bryce Donovan finished him off. 1, 2, 3. Thanks to Swipe Right. And Stevie Turner looked at Keanu Carver and Harlan Lewis, and Keanu Carver said, "Them boys are gonna get a butt whooping." And you know what? Them boys will get themselves a butt whooping. Them boys will get themselves a butt woman. A butt woman? You mean a butt whooping? Getting mollywopped in the middle of that ring. And the two guys could do it is Harlan Lewis and Keanu Carver. But before we end the video, I want to send us. I have some somber news from the wrestling world, of course. As you know, Steve Mongo McMichael. He was a former NFL player for the Chicago Cubs and Chicago Bears. I think my brain is going. I think I'm going to need some sleep soon. Let's try that again. Former NFL player and I think newly minted NFL Hall of Famer Steve Mongo McMichael, who played for the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers, ended up passing away at the age of 67 after his battle with ALS. Steve Mongo McMichael is also a former WCW commentator and a former WCW United States Heavyweight Champion, a former member of the Horsemen, Four Horsemen during the WCW 90s days, and he will be missed. He had an awesome personality, and a lot more of that is brought out into him when he joined up with the Horsemen alongside his then wife Deborah at the time, and but now he has passed away, surrounded by family and friends. He passed away because he was battling ALS, and he ended up. So much much love and prayers, condolences to the family, friends, and fans of Steve Mongo McMichael. May he rest in peace. And Steve Mongo McMichael, you will be forever missed. And thank you for your for entertaining Bears fans, Packers fans in football, and entertaining us wrestling fans in the world of professional wrestling. You will be missed, and I will flash four fingers as a part of the force, since you were part of the force, and in honor, and give you a Shenanigans salute. Much prayers, condolences go out to Steve Mongo McMichael. That will be it for this episode, 2197 of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, the Evolve Event Center. I want to thank you for tuning in. Coming up next will be another episode of AEW Dynamite. Until that next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 telepictures and distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.